doing today?
Fine, and yourself?
I'm doing great.
I've called you here to ask you about W.E.B. DuBois acting the progressive era.
But first, I'll get closer to his biography and the world behind before I go further into detail. W.E.B. DuBois' real name is William Edward Burkhart DuBois. He was born February 23, 1868 in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. His parents' name was Alfred DuBois and Mary Burkhart. His parents split up soon as William was born, so they left his mother in charge of everything. William went to school at Great Barrington, and he was at the top of the class. In 1884, William graduated from high school as a valedictorian. William was the first black man to graduate from Great Barrington High School. He received a partial scholarship at Frisch University in Tennessee and proceeded on to there. DuBois became a writer and an editor while at Frisch. After 3 years, DuBois graduated from Frisch and received his bachelor's degree. In 1888, DuBois received a scholarship from his dream college, Harvard University, and he went on there after graduating from Frisch University. In 1981, he received his master's degree. He went to University of Berlin in Germany to receive his PhD, but he came up a semester short, so he went back to Harvard University and was the first black man to ever get his PhD from Harvard University. In 1896, DuBois married Nina Gomer. They had 2 kids, one named Yolande and the other named Burkhart, and a stepson named David. In 1905, DuBois made a movement called the Niagara Movement. The Niagara Movement was a group of African Americans. They wanted to stop discrimination. Niagara Movement formed a group called the NAACP, which stands for National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. They wanted to fight for equality on the national front and improve the self-image of African Americans.
What would his definition of progress be?
Well, W.E.B. DuBois' definition of progress would be the act of making a change because he wanted to make progress and change in the world. He believed blacks deserved equal rights just like whites.
What is the main issue or problem W.E.B. DuBois is focused on?
The main issue W.E.B. DuBois was focused on was blacks having equal rights just as whites. That was the whole point of the NAACP movement. They wanted to fight for equality on the national front and to improve the self-image of African Americans. W.E.B. thought everyone should have equal rights, and he didn't want the world to be segregated. He thought the best way to get equal rights was legal action and nonviolent protest, equal economy and social rights for blacks.
What policies or proposals did he suggest would solve the issue or problem?
Well, W.E. DuBois suggested African Americans should be able to vote, have freedom, manhood, the right to work, and the chance to rise would solve the issue. He believed by giving them equal rights would solve the problem. He believed that everyone should stop segregation and everyone will look at blacks much better than they did before. He suggested that stopping the discrimination would help. He believed that letting blacks walk, talk, and ride with other races that wanted to talk, walk, and ride with them will also help. He also believed that they should stop choosing their friends and let blacks choose their own friends. Giving justice will also help. He thought by voting, having persisted, by sacrifice, and working would solve the issue. Most of all, W.E.B. DuBois believed that standing up for your rights would also help.
Who are the political enemies of your figure, if any?
W.E.B. DuBois' political enemy will most likely be Booker T. Washington. They didn't agree with each other or what each other's beliefs were. Booker T. believed blacks should focus on the economic gains and not debate or discuss civil rights or challenge segregation, but W.E.B. did believe everyone should have equal rights and the world shouldn't be segregated. He believed everyone should come together as one. W.E.B. didn't agree with Booker T's Atlanta Exposition address. And W.E.B. book, The Souls of Black Folks, he criticized in one of the chapters called Of Mr. Booker T. Washington and Others. Booker thought blacks should give up on wanting civil rights, political power, and higher education, but W.E.B. highly disagreed.
Would he believe his act was successful as of today?
If W.E.B. DuBois was still here, he would most definitely believe his act was successful. Nowadays, blacks have equal rights just like whites. Blacks are not able to vote and are now able to receive a better education. African Americans are now able to walk, talk, and ride with the whites without it being illegal. Nowadays, the world is way in the total opposite from the 20th century.
What's a modern issue happening today that you believe he wouldn't agree with?
A modern issue that's happening today that I know for sure W.E. DuBois wouldn't agree with would be teen pregnancy, drug use, gang violence, crimes being committed, unemployment. The list could honestly go on.
Thank you for giving me a better understanding of W.E.B. Du Bois.
You're welcome.